You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Are you ready to rock?
This is where the world of pop culture and talk collide.
Hey, how you doing, kids?
This is the Adam and JP Show.
Welcome to week one of Trump's America. Can we just rename the podcast Trump's America?
No, I'm sure that exists in a much more popular format by now.
Like they're actual Trump fans?
Yeah.
Well, could be worse.
Yeah?
It's not like a wrestler ran for president.
Oh, come on. They're saying now that The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, may run for president in 2020. Honestly, no joke. This is serious.
Then you know you're going to have some wrestling
I know.
Political ads.
And that's awesome, right?
The Rock's going to lay the smack down.
Yeah.
We're going to check ISIS into the SmackDown hotel.
I would vote for him in a heartbeat. You know I would.
You'd vote for The Rock.
For sure, without a doubt.
What if The Rock turned out to be a fascist?
No, it's impossible. Look at that smile.
Who's going to stand up to The Rock? Like, Putin wouldn't even stand up to The Rock.
Yeah, do you think, honestly, someone like Trump could make fun of The Rock? No, they can't.
Will Stone Cold be his running mate?
Don't get me on this. It's a dream I can't handle.
If you want to see old Stone Cold bomb
imagine
the shit out of Russia, give me a hell yeah.
Imagine the debates. That's all I'm saying.
It would be great.
Yeah, it would. Wow. Big show today, though. Big show.
What if The Rock ran as a Republican and Stone Cold ran as a Democrat?
Oh, you could have like an actual...
I don't think that'd be. I think The Rock would probably be the Democrat.
Right.
Stone Cold
They're
would be
saying The Rock is running as a Republican. It's his plan.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says in the WashingtonPost.com.
In 2012?
Yeah, 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where am I?
Yeah.
Apparently I'm living in 2011. Hey, let's start a podcast.
Yeah, let's do it. Crazy, huh?
Like he's going to try to get the nomination away from the sitting president.
Like I said, crazier things have recently happened.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Coming up on this week's Tuesday show, is it Creepy Tuesday?
No longer. It's post-Halloween. It can't be creepy.
Neither of the people that we're going to have on are creepy in any way.
Turkey Tuesday until the end of Thanksgiving.
Is it?
Turkey Tuesday.
Welcome to Turkey Tuesday.
Oh, it just sounds like a third grader play. I don't know.
Is that the sound of a turkey?
That was the crow.
I don't even know.
It's crow.
We're poor.
Like that. That's better, right?
Guess what day it is? Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh. They host a podcast called Yes, Have Some.
Fantastic show.
They are very involved in the Ghostbusters community. They were featured in the Netflix, well, not the Netflix documentary, but the documentary available on Netflix now, Ghost Heads. If you haven't seen that, check that out.
Fantastic.
And we have them right here on the Adam and JP show.
Next.
Hey everyone, this amazing ESO Network show is brought to you by our fine sponsor, Amazon.com. Please remember to shop Amazon for all your geeky needs, no matter what time of the year it is. All you need to do is go to esopodcast.com/ESO Amazon, or click on the Amazon banner on the ESO Network webpage to go to our e-store. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Okay, that's enough of me babbling for now. Now on with your regular scheduled show.
Craig, Abigail, Jacob, welcome to the Adam and JP show.
Thank you. Hey.
Yes, Have Some podcasts. What is it? Tell us about it. Now, you guys got started as you got started focused on Ghostbusters and then kind of expanded into the whole world of pop culture. Is that correct?
We're expanding.
We're expanding. We had so Abby and myself wanted to launch a podcast for a while, for a couple years, and we kind of had a lot of false starts. If you haven't podcasted before and you're thinking about it, it's kind of there's a barrier of entry, kind of like as far as getting equipment set up and kind of getting situated. And then, so we kind of put it off for a while. And then all three of us, Abby, Jake, and myself, we're all members of the Georgia Ghostbusters. So we're all friends. And then late last year, I was like, we got this new Ghostbusters movie coming out. There's a couple Ghostbusters podcasts, but we kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit more not straightforward comedy, but a little bit more towards that side of things. And we just started it, I think, last February, and we've we just put up our 36th episode today.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
It came out today?
Yeah.
I've got to catch up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll
we
call you
just-
guys back. We got to listen.
All right.
Okay, we'll be here.
It's pretty good.
Awesome.
Good.
So doing a podcast every week, it's a bit of a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 There are
it-
challenges,
yeah.
schedule-wise and communication-wise, but we all sit down. We go real late night. That seems to be the best solution, is just to get together and go as long as we can. Sometimes get two in one night. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we always plan to start around 9:30, and it's usually about 10:30 before we get things actually going. And half the time, you look at the clock, and it's pushing 1:30 or 2, and we tend to get a little zany at the end of our episode.
It's weird.
if you listen to the last 10 minutes of any given episode, it's
Wow.
like it's like, what's going on here?
Something happened.
Yeah, and lately the last 10 minutes of every episode have to get redone every other night.
Oh, yeah. It happens.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
We've just recently started hitting some of those. Like there was a good stretch of like 30 episodes there. Like we were doing like live episodes. We never really had any technical difficulties. And then we had a GarageBand incident, as in all of our files were corrupted. And that's happened a couple times now, but I think we've kind of, eased our way through those waters.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
Right.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
Listen to a lot of podcasts, and I think you guys may be the only podcast I've heard live from an airplane, 30,000 feet above the air, or the ground.
That's true.
Yeah. That was groundbreaking, literally. Yeah.
What did
I mean, you guys were there. You can speak to it.
We were there. Everyone was awake.
Yeah.
And we just figured, why not?
No,
It felt dangerous and risky. I enjoyed
I
it.
could hear
I
it.
know I was annoying people by talking loudly and giving my opinion on an airplane, but I liked it. It brought us all together even deeper.
It had
on
this
another
espionage
level, so.
film feel to it. It was very quiet and secretive and kind of whispery.
Yeah, and you can hear the hum of the plane in the background.
Yeah.
So
And the captain.
we all went to Los Angeles for the premiere of Ghostbusters. So being really involved in the fan community, we were able to go out there and do the whole red carpet thing and see the movie about a week before it came out. And we took a red eye back to Atlanta because we had to get back the following Monday. They were doing the press screening in Atlanta. So we had to rush back to make sure we could see the movie again in a 24-hour period. And it was about 3 a.m. and
We had thoughts and feelings that were fresh and that we really wanted to get out. So we just decided to go with it,
Yeah, and they were making us put our bags in the overhead, and I remember just being kind of pissed off. We were just
It was in revolt.
let's just do a podcast.
And I need to talk about this.
I should try that.
Yeah.
No,
It was interesting. Like if you listen to it, if you go into our feed, you'll see it. It's right in the middle of July at some point, and it says airplane podcast. It's
Planecast.
Pretty obvious there.
Yeah, and the pilot starts talking like midway through, and I just started responding to him as if he was our guest.
Surprise guest.
I hate flying. And my hope was that, okay, this will be a good distraction, but we only did it for about 25 minutes, and it's about a 4-hour flight. So
I should try that. I have a 10-hour flight to Hawaii next month, and I'm definitely afraid of flying, so I'm going to have to podcast for 10 hours. I can try that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fight your fears.
You should do that.
It's really safe. I try to be rational. It's so safe, but there was a couple times when Jake would just lean over and go, "Hey, man, if we don't make it, are we going to be able to post this podcast?"
Throw the recorder in the black box before it goes down.
Right.
Make sure it lasts, yeah.
Yeah, they find the black box recording, and it's just Abby going off about the new Ghostbusters movie.
No, you have no idea. Yeah.
Now, you guys are so involved in the Ghostbusters fan community, but Jake, is it fair to say that you guys are superstars in the Ghostbusters fan community? I tend to get that feeling.
I would say that. I would say it.
It's like you don't want to call yourself a superstar, but I mean, I don't know if you saw the screen grab from the Netflix thing, but I'm pretty sure Abby's on it.
Oh, guys.
It's true. I think part of it is like Ghostbusters, it's a big community, but it's not quite like Star Wars or Star Trek. So, and we've all been doing it for a long time, so you kind of get to know each other. And plus, we do PKE Surge is our Ghostbusters fan event that we do at Dragon Con every year, and that is like the biggest gathering of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's a
fans.
lot of exposure. That's how we've gotten ingrained and gotten to know everybody. So
yeah. And then the Georgia Ghostbusters are one of the oldest franchises. So we kind of got to know all of the guys have been doing this for about 15, sometimes 20 years. But I think they like Abby. I think the people like Abby.
Oh, I like the people. I definitely do. It's a really cool community, and like they're definitely a really big part of my life. My best friends have all come through the Ghostbusters community. So, and we got into Ghostbusters by doing costuming and going to Dragon Con, and then now we're on the PKA Surge planning team and making events happen. And so it's been a really fun thing to get a part of, and it's really enjoyable. So
it's funny because before. So Jake lives in Valdosta, we're in Atlanta, we're all in the Georgia Ghostbusters, but being kind of spread across the state, we didn't do a whole lot of events the first couple of years. So there's pictures from like 2012, 2013 of Dragon Con where we're in pictures, the three of us, but we don't really know Jake and he doesn't know us.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We've actually talked about it before, like how, like, I don't know. I thought Jake's kind of quiet.
You thought Jake was cute.
Yeah, I thought Jake was so cute. I didn't think he liked us. I was like, I don't think that guy likes us. I don't think that guy.
That's too cool. He had like a really cool Slimer that he'd made on his proton pack. I was really intimidated. But then we all talked and now we're friends.
And now we're friends.
And now we're buddies. Kind of.
There is a lot of love inside the Ghostbusters fan community. I just get that sense anytime I'm around them. It's cool that you guys made all your friends from that community. All of my friends came from the Juggalo fan community. So I think you probably made the better decision.
That is a terrible lie.
I know about that.
I feel like Jake knows something about it.
I definitely know a couple of those people.
Hey,
yeah.
You gotta know.
Like, all kidding aside, Adam and I accidentally went to a Juggalo room party at a convention a couple years
that was
ago.
that was crazy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
How did
you escape that?
Yeah, how do you live to tell about it?
I don't know. So every mixed drink had Faygo of some sort in there, and we look over. The bartender of this room party is actually drinking straight from the Faygo bottle he's pouring every drink from. And it was I had nightmares for days. Yeah.
That's the secret. So. All family.
Is that like makeup required to go to those parties?
it was kind of. Have you ever seen Chasing Amy? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's
Absolutely.
classic. Yeah, so when they're in the bar, and slowly, piece by piece, they kind of put together what kind of bar they're in. It was much like that moment. We were like, wait a minute, and piece by piece, we saw Juggalo, paint, dreadlocks, hair. Like, no. We realized where we were. Yeah, it was like that.
You look in the corner, like, that guy's just murdering someone. Where are they?
That guy's drinking Faygo.
People with face makeup on anyway. So.
That's funny you mentioned the episode, not the episode that just went up, but another one that we've got in the can.
Yeah, it's in the can.
It's in the can. We talked about Chasing Amy and Kevin, like impromptu. We went on about 40 minutes about.
Well, it was
Kevin
episode 37.
Oh yeah, it was 37.
Oh, okay, nice, yeah.
There you go.
Well, then we're huge Kevin Smith fans too, so we can recreate that episode here if you want.
If you want to, we do, yeah.
We
get right into it.
I think we're all pretty big Kevin Smith fans.
Yeah.
Kind of have our fingers crossed that he's going to come out with. I don't know. I shouldn't judge. I know Jake, you like Tusk, right?
I liked it okay. It's such a weird movie.
Yeah.
That I like it. I don't know if it's really up there with some of his others, but I like it okay.
Have you guys had a chance to see Yoga Hosers yet?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I'm skeptical and scared. I don't know if I want to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here.
A little stressful.
I thought Tusk was really good for the first 45 minutes to an hour.
But then you see the walrus.
But then when you see the walrus, it does kind of ruin the movie.
Yeah.
It does a little bit.
Yeah. But up until that point, I'm like, it felt like a Kevin Smith movie.
And that may be the Bratzy moment of Yoga Hosers.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought Red State was really good.
That was different for him.
And
Yes.
that was
I
out.
enjoyed Red State
Yeah.
thoroughly.
Red State. We didn't mention Red State last night, did we?
We didn't talk.
It's because I got caught up. I'm a staunch supporter or defender of Jersey Girl. I actually really
You're
like
Ben
that.
Affleck apologist.
I can stand by that. Okay.
And
I get it.
I kind of like took over with my big defense.
Yeah.
Even though nobody was arguing with me.
No.
I have to say Dogma. Dog is my favorite. all day.
Dogman is my favorite. Yeah.
Dogma is special to me. Yeah, it's good.
But Affleck was the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
Yeah, yes, he was.
And also, what's the one? Zach and Miri.
That's
I
true,
like
yeah,
Zack
it's a
and Miri.
forgotten gem. Yeah.
Oh yeah, forget about that one.
Yeah.
Forgot that he did. So.
That's a lot of fun.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Really?
That's the only one I haven't seen.
Wow.
Well, that and the new one.
I mean, Seth Rogen in a porno. How can you lose?
Yeah, well, why would you turn that down? Hey, there's something I want to ask you guys, and you all three can weigh in on this. And this came up last week when Adam and I were doing our show. I'm going to name vehicles from movies.
Okay.
And I think you guys, I know Adam's younger than I am. I'm pretty sure you guys are like 10, 15 years younger than I am. I think all these vehicles are still cool. You tell me if they're still cool.
And think of the big picture. Don't think, is it cool to you, but is it cool to the world?
Yeah.
like that.
Does everybody still think these cars are cool?
Okay, go for it.
All
I'm
right.
with you.
Kit from Knight Rider.
There is no right or wrong answer. Just what do you feel?
Yeah.
I feel
I feel like that's a no.
Yeah. Okay. Good answer. I like that. I like that answer.
I feel like I don't
Not
really.
so hot.
Yeah.
Good answer.
I'm gonna go with. I think the world might think it's cool.
You think so? Okay.
I don't. But I think
I
think if you drove it out into the world, I think most people would be like, "Oh, that's Knight Rider." I
See,
like
that's
that.
what I was saying.
Okay.
If you had that car and you pulled up to, a Shoney's,
Yeah. Oh wow. Wow.
would people think it was cool?
In 1988,
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
Maybe at a Shoney's, but IHOP Waffle House and not getting it.
When you step it up a class notch, like IHOP or Waffle House.
I'm not convinced. If you're a regular at Shoney's, I don't know if there's a car in the world that's gonna get you.
You're there for a reason.
Yeah.
You're not kidding.
Okay. What about the DeLorean from Back to the Future?
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Very.
That's actually okay.
Oh.
That's still cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'd get it.
They were fast on that one.
I
They were
know.
Fast, yeah.
See, I feel that way too.
Okay.
Like there's no doubt about it.
But once again, think of the big picture. I know it's cool. I love it. But would an 18-year-old guy fresh out of high school, would he think that was cool?
Well, I don't want to know him if he doesn't.
I think so.
I think you'd like it, yeah.
Okay.
The General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard.
I know a few people who would say yes. That is the coolest.
Yeah.
But, is it really? I don't
Yeah.
necessarily know.
Yeah, we live in the South, so people love it based on that. But it's just an orange Dodge Charger. What's so special about that?
Is it possible that come January our president will drive the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
Boatmobile.
I feel that one coming.
I mean, it's not impossible.
Dukes.
Yeah.
I'm there.
What else did we have?
That Trump boy's at it again. I can see it now.
Well,
What about the car from Starsky and Hutch?
For some reason, that's not ringing a bell. What did that look like?
Yeah, I don't even know what that car is.
Oh, okay.
I have no image
It's
of
like
it.
a
So
red.
Yeah.
it's just a red car.
Nah.
You don't know.
When you think of a Hot Wheel,
say
it's like
not
that. It's like a matchbox.
Well, if it's not memorable, then it's not cool.
Yeah, I don't have an image for that in my head.
Okay. And you guys have to take your bias out of this one.
I know the answer to this already. I know their answer.
Ecto 1. Is that still a cool car?
Terrible.
not cool.
Come on.
Total loser.
No, I think you can make an argument that is the most
coolest.
iconic
Yeah.
movie car. It's
I think
up there
that's
with
fair.
the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and the DeLorean, right, neck and neck.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Like the ambulance or the hearse?
Well-
Ecto 1.
Well, most people would say the ambulance.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like the new car. I like the new X.
You like the new one?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It doesn't compare to the 59.
Right.
Right.
It's not really a fair comparison.
It's true.
I liked
Now,
it, though. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Now, if you're the guy with like the 95 Ford Taurus Ecto,
Oh yeah. And it's pretty cool.
I think I
And
saw that
that's
at
even
Shoney's
cooler.
last week, actually. I think I saw it at Shoney's.
That was mine. Leave it alone.
that was it.
That's what it was. Can I have some write-ins here?
Yeah.
Some vehicle write-ins?
Okay.
What about
Okay.
the Mystery Machine?
Ah.
The classic
I like
Scooby-Doo.
it.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
But is that cool?
Iconic.
We like it. We
Like
love
a
it.
van.
But is it cool? Could a 21-year-old guy, get some ladies in the Mystery Machine? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, we're just friends, people with a lot of friends.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
that's cool.
well, it's funny you guys mentioned that because I brought this up, or Jake's brought this up. We we're right. Like, I don't know age range here. All of us are right around that 30, give or take a year or 3.
Yeah, I'm
but
30 something.
Okay.
There you go.
But we, Jake, we were talking about, we have a couple friends that are that skew a little bit older that all really love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Like, that are closer to 40. I feel like if you're like 40, like the Mystery Machine is like prime. That's like prime vehicle.
Yeah.
Maybe
we know a guy who's got one.
Really?
Who's got a Mystery Machine and a kit. I know a dude with a kit too.
Wow. Oh yeah, he's got. Oh wait, that guy has a Batmobile too.
Yeah.
That guy's got everything.
Oh, that was one of them too. The Batmobile.
Yeah, we talked about the original '60s Batmobile. Is that cool? Like actually cool?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a kid, I loved that car, and I still do as an adult. So yeah, total. It's definitely up there.
Okay,
Very cool.
My last one is the Ninja Turtles party van. Is that cool?
Very cool.
Again,
Yeah,
for sure.
Vans, it's functional, very cool. It's a party. It's a roving party. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Didn't the toy version of that shoot pizzas?
Did that? I know. Oh, that one did. I knew some of their vehicles
did.
Yeah.
There was another vehicle that it wasn't the van, but there was a pizza launcher.
Yeah.
That was like another.
It was like the pizza disc.
It was just a separate vehicle.
Yeah, it
is
was
what
a separate
you're saying?
vehicle.
Okay,
yeah.
right on.
But you would just lose the pizzas like
So
immediately.
fast.
Yeah.
So at that point,
They're behind the couch.
They don't sell them separately either. So
Yeah, you
screwed.
There's no pizza.
replacement.
You're just out of pizza.
It was called the Pizza Thrower, 1989. I just looked it up. The Pizza Thrower. That's creative.
Yeah.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
Good name.
It's like they ran out of time. Like they're gonna have that meeting
What is
to
this
name
one?
it, and they're like, guys, we just got to go with pizza.
Right,
Thrower.
that was already-
We've got all these extra plastic pizzas. What are we going to do with them? I don't know.
Johnson, you're genius. So we're kind of here at the end of the year, and so I just wanted to get you guys. First of all, I wanted to get you guys on since I heard your podcast for the first time back in the summer,
Oh, thank you.
and so I just want to get some of your thoughts. Like, what do you think are some of the movie highlights of this year? Not counting Batman v Superman.
Oh, that was mine. Yeah.
Well, when you take that away, what do we have?
Hey, first off, did you guys see Doctor Strange yet? Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Right, so
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
That's up on the list.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd have to say, besides Doctor Strange, probably the new Ghostbusters movie.
Mm-hmm.
I also really enjoyed Popstar. Deadpool is on that list. Those are probably my highlights.
I agree on Popstar. I did not think I would like that, but I enjoyed that quite a bit. I did.
Yeah, I knew I'd like it. I
Yeah.
love Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
So, and I love digital shorts on SNL.
right.
So I really like that movie, and the soundtrack is so solid. So
Oh yeah.
that movie made me laugh. Maybe harder than Ghostbusters. I don't want to say that. It sounds like sacrilege. I know.
Wow.
Oh, I know. No, I really enjoyed that movie, and obviously Deadpool was like such a splash. So
Right, yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie as well. So, and Ghostbusters, yeah, we're a Ghostbusters podcast almost, so it's pretty obvious that's on my list too. Probably my number one.
Craig, what would be some of your highlights?
Well, Deadpool was really like I had no interest in seeing it. I didn't know a lot about.
I hated Ryan Reynolds before that, so yeah.
I think we all did. Yeah.
I still do.
Yeah.
I still do.
Kind of a little bit too, yeah, but that's like part of it.
Yeah, so Deadpool was a surprise. It was really good. I really liked 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was the Cloverfield secret. Secret sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Civil War was great. Doctor Strange might have been my favorite movie of the year. I've been thinking about it like a lot. Like I liked it more than Civil War for sure.
Really?
Wow.
There's movies that came out this year that I still haven't seen. Unfortunately, like I haven't seen The Witch.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, the Witch is on my list. That was one of my favorites.
Okay.
This year.
Jake, what else you got?
Besides what Cloverfield Lane was on my list for sure. That was one of my favorites. But the ones you guys haven't said, The Witch, and I think probably the best movie that I saw this year was Green Room.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
That movie, that's an intense film. You should check that out.
Are we sure it's not just a holodeck the whole time?
It could be, and that's another thing. That's just another level to the movie. You know, you could just think, hey, it's a new Star Trek film. Captain Picard's got a little bit of a dark side going on. Wow.
Interesting. I think 10 Cloverfield Lane was a surprise. I was surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. That could be my favorite John Goodman character ever.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's good in that.
It's hard to beat
really good.
Dan
He's
Goodman. Dan
terrifying.
Connor. How do you do that? Wow.
He is terrifying.
I'm gonna watch Roseanne tonight.
Yeah.
I love Roseanne
Yep.
so much.
Fantastic.
Calling it.
Halloween specials are the best of the best. It's
Oh
true.
yeah. But yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane was great. And they just announced that the next Cloverfield movie is going to be out in I think February, January, February.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They
Okay.
did it again.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like that idea of having these, like the big broader story, but
Yeah.
every time you see one of the movies, it's like a small story
Yeah.
inside that larger world.
Yeah.
And in the case of 10 Cloverfield Lane, like you didn't even, think it was going to be part of that world through most of the movie.
Right.
I also have Zootopia on my list. I really enjoyed that movie, even though it's kind of like
I still
a
haven't
Disney
seen that one.
movie.
Yeah?
I thought Zootopia was pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
Zootopia, guys.
Haven't seen
anybody?
that. Yeah.
No.
Haven't seen that
We've
one.
started. We have to
We haven't
finish
finished.
it.
It's on Netflix, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there now. Yeah.
I gotta sit down and give it another look.
I think the three of us put it on at probably like midnight, and we watched like 10 minutes, and we all went to bed. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those.
I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. So.
It's the
Yeah, we put it on after the Rob Zombie Halloween remake to like cheer ourselves up. It was so dark. Oh, I think that's what happened. Yeah. And then we
I think that is what happened. Yeah,
exactly
we just.
what happened. So we're gonna go back and finish it.
So you guys did try to get caught up on some of the 80s slasher movies, like kind of get ready for Halloween, right?
Right. Excellent. Yeah.
Sure did.
And Abby, you hadn't seen a lot of these movies before,
No,
is that correct?
Abby's film school. So none of that for me. So yeah, I grew up on like Alfred Hitchcock movies and like Twilight Zone.
Right.
'Cause those kind of things were pretty kosher and cool in my house. My parents were pretty strict, so this was my virgin viewing for all of those. Almost all of them. I'd seen Halloween, but for me it was my first like foray into the nightmare movies, and definitely the Jason, the Friday the 13th movies. So it was a really fun, eye-opening, ruckus, bloody, vicious, violent experience. So it was really fun. I really enjoyed watching those movies and talking about it with
You had
guys.
your first viewing of the Blair Witch Project as well, right?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
That was really fun. It didn't. The sequel I did not enjoy.
I need to see that. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I do. You don't. It wasn't that great. The original was definitely terrifying.
Yeah.
I really liked it. So that was a fun thing to watch on my own and kind of dive into that world and read a little bit about. And so yeah, really enjoyed watching the scary movies this year.
Yeah, I think when we were getting ready to do that, we had like a meeting and we were talking about all the movies that like she absolutely needed to watch.
Oh yeah.
And I just started like, there was a list going, and I think at one point Craig and Abby just stopped adding movies to the list, and they're like, "There's no way we're gonna watch all of
This
these
is
movies."
impossible.
Right.
It's like
Never
I'm just
watched
like, you gotta
it.
watch this, you gotta watch this, you need to watch this.
Well, because Jake, you have the luxury of watching movies while you're working.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I do. I just watch movies all day.
It's funny. We talked about a few weeks ago the icons of horror, and you guys even I think had a countdown on your show of the top 3 being Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers, and you had your top 3 based on that. I've always asked, how come Leatherface never gets any recognition? He's my favorite horror icon, but he's never in those lists. I don't understand why.
Honestly, I think if we would have made the list a little bit, maybe like top 4 or top 5, I think he would have been in there for sure.
Yeah, and I do agree those are the top 3. I'm saddened.
Yeah.
The people don't love him as much as I do. That's all.
Well,
It's because he's from Texas.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I can. That's a good answer. That's the best one I've heard.
He's the Ted Cruz
Okay.
of slasher
Okay.
villains.
Okay. I got you.
It's kind of like, yeah, he's there, but is anyone really paying attention to what he's doing?
No, he's just making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I like Leatherface. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say, like, I've seen the original Texas Chainsaw, but it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the Jessica Biel remake like 10 times because I owned it at one point.
Is
really
that why?
Yeah, Jessica Biel, her fantastic acting. That's why.
because I owned.
You owned it.
I forced
Okay.
myself to watch.
Yeah.
But we were laughing because there's been like some sort of Texas Chainsaw movie every couple of years, for the last decade. Like they keep making like prequels and
They're working on one right now.
Right. Yeah.
There's one coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
So in the next couple of years, do you think you guys look more forward to these franchises that you know? Or are you kind of like me, like, are you ready for something totally original to just kind of blow you away? Like when I was a kid, all these franchises came out for the first time, and it was like you were blown away because you'd never seen these things before, and they've just kind of been rehashed over the last 25 years or so, and sometimes in very good ways, like Star Wars last year. Like, that was a fantastic movie, but I don't know. I think rather than seeing another Star Wars movie every year, like, get the sequels because we love them, but I am ready to just be blown away by a brand new science fiction or even a horror concept that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's time.
I agree. I mean,
yeah.
Jake would agree.
Yeah.
Heartily with that.
Thank you, Abby.
I can't speak for Jake the rest of this episode. No,
Yeah.
it's weird because I don't feel like the original movies that they don't get as much of a chance to be made because the studios are so franchise focused and they want to like launch and relaunch things. Like you just read every day, like this is getting remade, this is getting rebooted. So, but did you guys see the trailer for this movie today, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets?
Yes,
No.
that looks amazing.
I've heard things about it. I have to see the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys, if you haven't seen it, somebody sent me the link today, and it's just, it looks like a big, fun sci-fi adventure.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
With really great visuals, and you hope it's great and that people take to it. You hope it's not, what is it, Jupiter Ascending?
Right,
Oh, God.
exactly.
Channing Tatum in space. Right.
Which sounds great, doesn't
I know.
it?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I actually have no problem with that. So
It sounds like a
Should've
great
been good.
pitch.
Right. But it just wasn't. Right.
Yeah, and as much as I personally look forward to the big franchise, it's always fun when something comes out and it's just surprisingly great.
Sort of like 10 Cloverfield Lane, because that's not connected necessarily, and so it's cool that story.
Yeah, but then the argument against that is like that movie. That if that movie wasn't connected to Cloverfield, like it would have still been as good,
Mm-hmm.
and it maybe could be a franchise starter. But would people have gone and seen it if it didn't have that? It's like the
connection,
double-edged sword
connected
kind of
tissue,
thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's the issue is that studios are pushing all the movies that they know people already know about and are going to go see, and that's why the things that might be a little more original are kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah, because as much as I love Doctor Strange, and I did, I love that movie. I thought it was great. It's still, I mean, we hadn't seen a Doctor Strange movie before, unless you count like the TV movie from the 70s.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen that before, but still, when I went to see it, I'm like, well, I mean, there was no, no spoilers, but towards the end, you get some like Avengers love, but
Right.
but it was totally separate. But at the same time, it felt like a Marvel movie because
Right.
it followed that kind of Marvel formula.
Yeah.
But I was blown away by the psychedelics. Like I didn't think that they would get the Steve Ditko psychedelics right in that movie, and it was perfect. Like that movie was pitch perfect.
I want to see it again in 3D this time, though. I feel like the 3D experience.
you gotta.
I
we
need
saw
to.
it. We saw it at the IMAX 3D
man.
in Atlanta,
It was insane.
Wow. I'm
and
sure.
it was. I mean, there was a couple times in a couple of those scenes where I told them I felt like I was on a ride at Universal.
You did like a mom save, like threw your arm out over me. I was like, it's okay. It's gonna be fine. Ah,
That is uniform.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, it's
That's funny.
crazy, but we all know Craig's afraid of heights, so
There you go.
there you go.
Oh,
You got through it though.
So no love for the Tower of Terror at Disney World?
That's rough. That's
Oh,
awesome.
I loved it. The
No.
guys, not so much.
Well, no, I go on it like
we all went on it
because
together.
it is fun. We but yeah, I'm not gonna like. It's not my number one like hobby to go do that. Like,
I remember you saying you did not enjoy it.
it gave me like a heart attack. Is that what those are called?
Oh,
That's what it's called. Yeah, it's a
The
little
old
bit of
coronary.
Hey, the paramedics had to come. They used the shocky things.
Little left
That's what it
tingles
is.
there.
Right.
I loved it.
I missed out on the gift shop because I had to go to the hospital.
Really good gift shop.
Yeah, it is good.
I think Tower of Terror is the best queue ever for a ride.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. There's so many little like Twilight Zone
Little
Easter eggs.
Yeah, we were just on our phones looking things up, like when we were in line, trying to like spot stuff. So
And it's all gonna change.
Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
away, right? Yeah. How soon is that? Is that happening now?
Yeah, it's happening now.
The one in
Disneyland.
Florida's staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in
Yeah.
Florida's staying.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes.
It's going to
For now.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that what's happening?
At Disneyland.
Yeah.
Or at Disneyland.
In
Okay.
Anaheim.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Same idea, same go up high, same drop out of nowhere, same concept.
I think so.
Just different theme to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're changing some of the other ones too. Like I think the Paris one is gonna change and they're all gonna be the same ride but different.
Okay.
A different theme.
Mm-hmm.
Groot catches you at the end.
That makes sense. And I shed a tear. Yeah.
I think when I went to see Doctor Strange, I was just as excited to see the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer in the theater
That was
as
a
I
big
was
deal.
to actually see Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
that got me good.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have gotten choked up when that came on. I get so excited.
You show me Baby Groot, it's tough not to.
Yeah.
Dude, right? Like, it's almost like BB-8 peeking his little head around the corner. It's just
yeah.
the cutest thing in the world. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw that movie, I think, like 5 times, maybe more, in theaters. It's like a very spiritual experience, and I very much look forward to that movie coming out next year. It's going to be a very big deal for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm meeting Dave Bautista in a couple of weeks.
Really?
So I'm really,
nice.
Yeah. He's going to be at Heroes and
Heroes
Villains.
and Villains. Oh yeah, you guys were. I was listening to your episode, your most recent one. I think you were talking about some of the conventions like Walker Stalker and Heroes and Villains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I have no affiliation. I completely agree with everything that you were saying.
Yeah.
But it is very cool because they do bring the big stars. I mean, there's no denying that.
Yeah, there are good pros and cons to it.
What I should have said is I'm about to spend a bunch of money on meeting Dave Bautista.
But I personally am more of a fan of like a Dragon Con where it's expensive to go to Dragon Con.
Right, yeah. But you get your money for that.
Yeah, I feel like
at the corporate shows, I mean, the doors can close at 8 p.m. and you have to go home. Where at Dragon Con, that is your home for 5 days.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Dragon Con, I've been going to Dragon Con for almost 10 years, and that was the first convention I had ever been to. And I'd gone to it maybe, 3 years in a row before I ever ventured out and went to another con. And it's kind of an eye-opening experience when you realize that most other cons, like, they're built around the going, paying, getting a photo op, meeting a celebrity, getting an autograph, and then, buying merch.
Right.
Or buying, stuff from vendors, which is fine. But Dragon Con is there's just so you could never go into the Walk of Fame or the vendor room and still have an amazing experience, basically.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a constant. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the smaller conventions around the country too. Like, isn't the Atlanta Comic Con this weekend?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Smaller show there, but
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's mostly vendors, just selling stuff. Which is some of those can be fun. I mean, there's one they do. There's a show called Joe Lanta.
Right.
I've been to Joe Lanta.
Yeah, and it's a toy show. Mm-hmm. And that's every March, and we love that's a really fun show.
It's a blast. I went 2 years ago to Joe Lanta. It was really good.
It was almost 5 now.
Was it 5?
It was 2012. Yeah, so 4 years ago. Yeah.
My podcast wife keeps my schedule. Thank you, Adam.
But yeah, and I've never been to Walker Stalker. It looks like I'm not a big Walking Dead fan, but for somebody who is a Walking Dead fan, like if they did Lost Con and all the people from Lost were there, I would I'd be the one in line spending money on everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't judge anybody for it, but also
I would never judge that fan. And when I said all that last week, I wasn't like casting. And if it came off that way, I certainly didn't mean to. Like, you're a loser if you go to those conventions. I didn't mean it that way. I just,
No,
but it's kind of like
I just prefer the promoters be a little more not gougey. I think.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. And did you guys see that article that came out a couple weeks ago in Hollywood Reporter about how much money the celebrities are making at these conventions?
When I saw there were some celebrities coming home with just garbage bags full of 20s and $100 bills.
Richard Hatch.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that has to be Richard Hatch.
Yeah, it has to be. He's got like a handwritten sign. He's not paying anyone.
Wait. Wait. You guys aren't talking about the guy from Survivor, are you?
No.
Richard Hatch, Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that guy. Or the guy. If the guy from Survivor.
You know what? The guy from Survivor probably too. So.
Yeah.
Didn't he go to jail?
I think they all did eventually.
So.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Surviving.
Well, he had to survive that.
He did some hard times, Daddy.
He did.
Ready.
But yeah, and it's also one of those things where there's a convention in Orlando called Spooky Empire, which is it's kind of similar to like a Walker Stalker. It's mostly media guests and vendors, and they had a big show that was supposed to be, I guess, what was that? Beginning of October. It was the same weekend that hurricane hit, and they canceled the show.
Like 2 days before.
2 days
They
before.
canceled the show 2 days before.
And because what was happening is all the guest flights were getting canceled, so there was basically no show to have. So they ended up rescheduling it for the beginning of December, but they didn't offer refunds on anything.
Oh wow!
Are you serious?
Yeah. So they
once
did,
again,
That's happened to local shows here in Nashville as well.
yeah, there was one show. Yeah. What? It was a Brony convention.
Yeah, it was
right?
a big My Little Pony convention happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost happened. Yeah.
Spooky Empire had really big guests. Like they had Weird Al,
The cast
and
of Stranger
the
Things.
whole cast of
Oh,
Stranger
wow.
Things.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was probably going to be their biggest show that they'd ever had.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of get a feeling that they're using a lot of the money coming in to like actually set up the show, and then if it gets canceled, there is no money to refund.
Right.
So
That's already spent before and spent. Right.
So yeah, I think promoters in general, like just the promotion business, whether you're doing shows or like wrestling promoters have like the worst reputations in the world. Like,
Right.
Yeah, but you're gonna meet Dave Bautista.
I sure am.
You guys are pro wrestling fans, correct?
Yes.
We
Good,
dabble.
Yeah, good.
Do
Yeah,
a
that's
little
good.
dip.
Don't be ashamed. You're with your people. Don't be ashamed.
No,
Yeah. Hey.
I'm a longtime fan. I'm not keeping up with it as much now.
Yeah.
And by say, like, I still watch Raw every week, so
Yeah,
maybe I am.
Cell match. I watched that.
You don't read the
so.
dirt sheets every night, right? Is that what it is?
Well, now that I actually subscribe to the PW Torch.
I was gonna say.
Wow.
VIP,
He still does read the dirt sheets. Okay.
so I guess.
And the WWE Network.
Yeah.
And the network.
We got it.
Wow.
Good for you.
So
All the shows.
I don't keep up, but I spend, let's see, $20 a month, 12 months, $240 a year on my wrestling. So.
But he's not a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think last week me and you sat around and we watched a documentary just about Eric Bischoff.
Oh yeah, we did that.
You sure
Just
did.
to see what he was up to.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Where can you find that?
That's on the network.
Is it really?
Is it really?
Wow.
I mean, I'm asking for a friend.
Now, is this like current
Right.
Bischoff or Attitude Era Bischoff? Which Bischoff are they following?
The interviews were now.
Okay.
It wasn't like sometimes they just use like a lot of footage that they did from like older interviews, but
Yeah.
they did new interviews with him now, and it just covered all the WCW stuff, and then
Nice.
his the stuff that was actually interesting was his all the stuff before he got to WCW. So when he started like in the TV business and the AWA in Minnesota and all that stuff, it's pretty interesting.
Huh.
If you're into that.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys got into wrestling like right at the beginning. Just if you're 30-ish, then by math, you probably got in right around the time of the Monday Night Wars and the NWO and all that.
Yeah.
You can do like an
Yeah,
early
well,
90s Hulk Hogan era thing as well. Yeah.
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 I was a big fan of like the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior era, like early 90s. But then I think everybody our age was watching wrestling a little bit at
Yeah.
least.
I think
in
the world
mid-90s.
was at that point. I mean, every single
Yeah.
person in the world knew Hulk Hogan. I would think so.
Yeah.
Are you still NWO for life?
Oh, for life.
Really? Wow. I think I'm the only guy once Hulk Hogan went heel. I was done with him. I
You're done
washed
with
my
him.
hands of Hogan.
No.
I couldn't do it. The spray paint beard was too much.
Right. And then the three of us, we all went last year to Jake the Snake, his documentary that he did with Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
They did a screening in Atlanta and like
Yeah.
a Q&A and a signing and everything. We all went to that. If
That
you
was
haven't
really
seen
cool.
that, it's
Oh, it was
really
fantastic. Yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
good.
it's super inspirational. Very cool.
And I think Adam brought this up to ask. So how do you feel about? We now have a president that once took a stunner at WrestleMania.
He did. We just
Yeah.
watched that on loop for about 3 minutes before this. It was awesome.
You mentioned that.
I mean, it's sad because even after 4 years, I feel like that might still be his greatest accomplishment.
It is his greatest. It is.
At least he's got that.
Yeah, he'll always have that.
It's so weird. Like, it really is weird. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty optimistic, open-minded person, and even I'm like, man, this is weird.
This is all weird.
But yeah, I
Like
guess
it kind of
we'll
feels
see.
like the invasion angle in the WWE.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
With a little bit of Back to the Future 2 mixed in with the evil Biff Tannen from the
yeah.
future. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what we were talking about. It's very like alternate timeline. Like,
Uh-huh.
there's another timeline where like I don't
With Stone
know,
Cold as
Hillary
president?
Clinton-
That'd be a nice
Right.
time.
Yeah,
The
that's
new
good.
narrative in the park, right?
By the way, Steve Austin's podcast is really good.
Yeah.
Not that I'm here to promote
Yeah.
other podcasts, but he's like really, he's got a knack for it.
He
He's
does,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, and he has a lot of technical problems.
Yeah, but
just like we do.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. It's all the good podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah. What else do you guys listen to? Like, because now I think after 6+ years, and there's so many podcasts out there, it is like a viable form of entertainment now.
Yeah.
And just like TV and movies, like so, like what kind of TV shows do you watch? So what kind of podcasts do you guys listen to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Collider podcast, Modern Myth Media. So stuff that covers movies.
Nice.
Same stuff we enjoy and like talking about anyway. So
yeah, I don't listen to that many. There's so many I've marked down a lot that I want to listen to, like some of the true crime stuff and the the cryptozoology stuff, and I never get around to it. But I listen to Bill Simmons still, sports podcast. Jake's probably rolling his eyes.
Sports.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I said PW Torch, the VIP, the $10 a month VIP subscription. They put out like probably 15, 16 hours of audio a week.
Wow.
So over different shows. So I listen to get my wrestling fix. And then the Ghostbusters Interdimensional Cross Trip.
Same.
That's basically the only active complete Ghostbusters podcast there is.
Yeah.
That's doing a weekly show. We're good friends with those guys. Jake?
Yeah, the podcast I probably listen to the most is called Risk. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's literally just like people who get up and they tell like embarrassing stories or just like things you wouldn't normally tell other people.
That's
I listen to that a lot. It's fun. There's a podcast called I Was There Too that's really good, and it's basically this guy will interview people who were in movies but were maybe like extras in the movie, weren't like front and center. Let's see.
That's actually a cool idea for a podcast.
Yeah. It's good. He's interviewed a lot of really good guests on there, and a lot of movies that like all your favorite movies. He'll cover, and it'd just be people who were were there on set, and he just usually like what was it like working with Daniel Day-Lewis? It must have been weird. So and you just people tell stories about that stuff. But yeah, I listen to all kinds of weird shit. I really love How Did This Get Made?
Yeah,
it's really fun.
That's a great podcast.
Yeah.
And did you guys when Serial was big? Did you guys listen to that? The Serial podcast?
I did not. I think JP may have.
Yeah, I listened to season 1. I couldn't get into the season 2. I listened to the first 3. Yeah, but I thought the first one was really good. But on that, if you liked that, find the podcast In the Dark.
I've heard of that.
It's fantastic. And it's only like 8 episodes. The first season's only like 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those true crime.
I was going to say, I like that stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. Very good. And of course, the Adam and JP show.
Oh yeah, that's
And the
check it out.
Show.
And before we wrap up here, because we hadn't talked about TV, what do you guys watch on TV? Westworld, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Westworld
and Stranger Things are my top 2 for the year. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, same here. I think that's all. God, I mean, that's all I've been watching is Westworld. I think I've watched there's 6 episodes, and I've watched them all twice so far.
Are they on Mars? Is that?
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Westworld theories. Let's go.
Now,
I want to know.
Did you guys go back or had you seen the original Westworld movie before?
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Well, it's nothing like the HBO series. I mean, obviously in 2016, it's going to be it's a lot different than the movie. But there's some little Easter eggs if you've seen the movie.
That's what I heard.
In that last episode,
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Like when well, I don't know if it won't be spoiler, but when Bernard goes to the basement, I heard there was some.
There's
some
there's a big one there. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is really.
I think Westworld is interesting in this, and Adam, I know you haven't started watching it.
Not yet. I want to.
But in part of my pitch for Adam to watch it, I told him it really it will make you question the way you play video games from this point forward after you see that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got that, especially in the first couple of episodes when you saw how the people that would attend Westworld, how they treated the androids or the robots.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, they just treated them like machines. And it's like we play video games. Like, oh, I'll go through and kill all these people in this building.
Kill all these people, right.
Because it's just a video game. But what if we do get to a point to where we're playing these games against AI that becomes self-aware or could become self-aware? Would that change the way you view it? And I think that is a fascinating idea to explore in 2016.
I'm so stressed out right now.
It's like the ending of Men in Black when our galaxy is a marble being played with by aliens.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Right.
Wow.
Well, because I actually thought about this recently, about when you play video games, you tend to be sadistic because you can be.
Yeah.
Even back to in 7th grade playing Roller Coaster Tycoon and just not finishing the track.
Yeah, or The Sims, leaving your sim inside the pool and then removing the stairs if anyone else. So then you just watch it swim around for a while.
Are you telling me you waterboard your Sims?
What a way to go.
Oh, all the time.
They're just dying slowly in Simlish.
Yeah. Well, you can't waterboard anymore. That's why.
But that's the point of it, to live out your fantasies or whatever, and to
that's
have
your
fantasy.
fantasy.
No, that's not my personal fantasy. But to have no limits. It's a world without inhibitions, limitations.
Even Sim City, it's a fantastic city. It'd be a shame if a terrible disaster came along to this.
Or aliens showed up.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Shame.
Yeah.
If the whole thing was destroyed.
It'd be a shame if we just start removing pieces of the sewage system and the.
Dumping in someone's, exactly.
But Westworld's great. We just finished the first season of Fargo, which I know that's a couple years old, but that was one that show's great. Fargo's awesome, and that's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Better Call Saul is probably my favorite show on TV.
Oh, that is a great show. I think it's better than Breaking Bad, honestly.
I agree with you. I love Bob Odenkirk. I could watch him all day. I think he's Mr. Show was one of my favorite shows, so I really
Did you see the Netflix special they did last year?
Yes, I did, and I enjoyed a lot of that.
Mr. Show was so ahead of its time.
It was, yeah.
It really was.
100%. I think it might be my favorite sketch show. I would put it up against Kids in the Hall, SNL.
Upright Citizens Brigade.
Upright Citizens Brigade was great, though. I love Amy Poehler. But still, Mr. Show has a really special place in my heart. I love David Cross, so
David.
There you go.
And they tapped into that thing, and I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and they were kind of pointing that out. Mr. Show was able to tap into the same thing that Monty Python was able to tap into, and that is it seems so off the wall and so irreverent, but at the same time, it was all kind of connected as you went along. Which was just brilliant.
Like Portlandia a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Portlandia is the same way too.
It's also that kind of thing where to somebody, how do you say this without sounding like I'm... So you ever have somebody come up to you and if you talked about the movie Airplane and if anybody ever goes, oh, Airplane, that movie's stupid, you kind of realize oh, you don't get it.
No, you're not
You're just
friend.
not, you don't get... Maybe watch both JP and Adam are we both hate Airplane.
No. Oh, no.
No. But no, it's that kind of thing where if you watch Mr. Show, like if my dad watched Mr. Show, he would be very dismissive, and I'd be like, no, but you don't get why this is funny, and I can't explain to you why this is funny or interesting, so we're just gonna watch something else.
Craig, it's kind of like people who are fans of Friends and not fans of Seinfeld. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
those people exist.
That's
a thing.
Hey, here's the thing. Hold on, Seinfeld is my favorite show of all time.
Number one.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
I can watch Friends. I've seen Friends multiple times through all 10 seasons. I know how bad it is.
You know it's not good.
I know it's not good.
As long as you admit it.
I know it's not good. Seinfeld, and that show's perfect.
Seinfeld is a special show because there'll never be another show like that. Like shows have every other sitcom in the 90s after Seinfeld tried to copy the Seinfeld formula, but they just couldn't tap into the magic that Seinfeld was able to. And it's exactly, and it's because of who Seinfeld had. They had a very talented comedic cast and pretty brilliant comedic writers. And and the best part is they didn't know they were brilliant writers. I mean, Larry David was just trying to get episodes out, and and through that came these flashes of brilliance.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about. I think the only show that's kind of successfully modeled that formula and made it work, and it's a completely different show, I think, is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where you kind of have it's a very different show, and some people don't love that show, but for people who are completely selfish assholes who have no, their consequences don't matter. They just go around living their life. Does nobody agree with me?
No, I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. And I watch Seinfeld like almost every night before I go to bed. And I was watching an episode the other day, and I was just like, man, this seems like something the gang and all It's Always Sunny would do. Like there's every now and then there's an episode where you're like, oh wait, these are terrible people.
Right. That's why I love Arrested Development, though. So yeah, I love watching terrible people in comedic situations trying to extrapolate themselves.
And the last couple especially season 8 and 9 of Seinfeld, like everybody remembers like the Soup Nazi episode or the Festivus episode, and those are late episodes, and they're very like over the top and zany and like not very realistic situations sometimes, but they're so funny. And it's that buildup that starts at the beginning of the episode where it's like a butterfly effect, like one little action leads to just this crazy sequence of events,
which you see in Curb Your Enthusiasm, like in most of the episodes.
That's true.
Now, was it on your show where you guys met the Soup Nazi, or am I making that part up?
We met him in a Publix, actually. The show. But that was a lot of fun, though. He's the representative for an actual soup company for the original Soup Man, which is the same soup recipe that Larry David had in New York that the episode was based on from Seinfeld. So it's actually the same soup, and it's really good.
That's deep. What's what kind of soup is it?
Well, there's like a shrimp gumbo.
Well, the brand is just called Original Soup Man.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
All sorts of soups.
Because I don't think they could put Soup Nazi on a soup.
Right.
Why?
People figure that up.
Hey, they could now.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
In Trump's America, it's all possible.
It'd be weird too, and I can say this because I'm, Goldberg. If the Soup Nazi, they put out matzo ball soup, that'd just be a total. That'd be a mind melt.
What to do?
Right the wrongs.
But yeah, he does. Larry Thomas is the actor's name, and yeah, he's like a representative for the company, and he just goes around and does appearances at stores. Like it's basically they're just giving out free samples, but.
They don't give out any bread, though. So no bread.
No bread.
I remember, I guess it was probably 1991 or 92. I got to go see Jerry Seinfeld do stand-up at the Tennessee Performing Arts Center. This was like when I was in high school.
Right.
And it was and I'd watch Seinfeld. Like, the reason why I started watching that TV show is because we didn't have cable. We didn't have HBO and stuff like that when I was growing up. Like, Abby, I feel like that maybe we lived in the same neighborhood because I didn't see rated R movies when I was a kid or any of that. Yeah.
Okay. We'd be hanging out.
Yeah, we would.
I get it.
We'd be watching TV edits of RoboCop all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Is that like 35 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
TV edits are the best.
But I would see Jerry Seinfeld like on The Tonight Show and Late Night with David Letterman. He's one of those comedians that I watch. And when I got to go see him do stand-up live in like 91 or 92, it was like right at the preface. What's the word I'm looking for, Adam?
Precipice. That's what you're trying to say.
That's it. Thank you.
I tried to hear the sentence precipice.
It was right there, like as Seinfeld was just about to explode, and it was like going to see like a rock concert. The way the audience treated him on stage, it was ridiculous. And then after that, it became nearly impossible to go see him do stand up because it would cost like $500 a ticket or something like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But now I was going to say, now he's back to where he's touring and you can go see him. You guys are going to go see him, right?
We're going to go see him, yeah. And I've seen him twice. I saw him a couple years ago and then once sometime in the early 2000s. And yeah, he's great. He's probably my second favorite stand-up comedian of all time.
And Paul Reiser is your first?
Oh, you nailed it.
I'm mad about him. George Carlin's my number one.
Nice. I think Steve Martin is probably my favorite comedian of all time.
Really?
He's great. Yeah. He's touring too. He does the shows with Martin Short.
Yeah, I'd love to go to that.
And if this is going to sound ridiculous, if you guys want to listen to a great book on tape or I guess audiobook now.
I listened to one, so I'm down with that. I just listened to Carrie.
Get the Martin Short autobiography. Ooh. It is fantastic.
I like him a lot.
He's great.
He
He's
goes
awesome.
he goes into all the SNL stuff, all the SCTV stuff, and when he gets to his characters, he obviously does the characters. So it's almost like listening to, 8 hours of him doing his routine. So,
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, if you like
That
that
was like-
old comedy stuff like that, listen to that.
Definitely.
I listened to David Spade's autobiography
Oh, wow.
and Silence.
No. I'm waiting to see. I'm
What
waiting
is
to
the
see
review?
if he starts talking about Chris Farley.
Get the
He
vibe.
did talk about Chris Farley. And what I like about David Spade is I actually like David Spade. I mean, he doesn't really make good movies anymore, but he's been in some, and I think he's a funny guy and he's an interesting guy. But he's pretty self-deprecating. And when he's reading the book, like he definitely is like adding stuff that's not in the book.
You can tell.
So like he'll read a line, it's like he'll just read something about, oh yeah, you asshole, like you idiot. Like he's like talking to himself, like. Yeah, it's funny how like books on tape or like Audible.com and like podcasting and like it's as technology has advanced, like people are actually just appreciating something that was very popular like in the 1930s and 40s.
Right, like radio drama.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to do a radio drama.
That'd be fun.
Adam,
me
next
too.
Halloween,
Uh-huh.
we're doing War of the Worlds.
Okay, we can do that.
We're gonna
Just
recreate.
got to
yeah,
do the
that'd be
lead role.
cool.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, I'm down for that, y'all.
Well, guys. Go ahead.
No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
No.
We talk about Spielberg a lot, and War of the Worlds is one of my least favorite
Oh
Steven
yeah,
Spielberg
that's
movies.
that's a rough
Yeah.
movie. Rough movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyways,
but we'll do the Orson Welles radio drama.
Yeah.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
do the
yeah,
real-
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be cruise free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta.
it's a no cruising zone.
Though I do say I do like
Oh.
the Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
They are fun,
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
but that's about where it ends with Tom Cruise these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Right.
Because apparently nobody cared about that new Jack Reacher movie.
Oh, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
They
No
went to
one
see
cared.
Medea instead.
Yes, they did.
Boo! A Medea Halloween.
I
Craig, Abigail, Jake, thank you guys so much for hanging
Yeah,
out
guys,
with us.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
totally.
having us on.
That hour went by really fast.
That was an hour
Yeah.
already.
It
Wow.
sure did.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we really appreciate it.
you're more than welcome to come back on anytime.
Anytime you want.
We definitely
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll be in touch, y'all. Thanks.
And
All right.
how do we find Yes Have Some? Give us all the outlets. How we find Yes Have Some podcast?
Yeah, so our site's yeshavesomecast.com. And you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/yeshavesomecast. And then we're pretty active on Twitter and Instagram at YHS Podcast. And then, but if you just want to go straight to the source, go to iTunes and search Yes Have Some, and you'll find us. And if you search Ghostbusters, we usually come up in the search results as well.
That's how I found you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I was looking for a Ghostbuster-centric podcast, and that's how I found you guys.
Cool. Very cool. We also have a YouTube channel that we do some toy reviews and
Yeah.
unboxings. And
I do enjoy
things
those
like
toy
that.
reviews. I need more of those, please.
We're gonna be.
We're getting there.
Okay.
We got to
have
get
a-
the toys first.
Yeah.
we have a planned kind of a soft relaunch of the YouTube channel coming up. So yeah,
Okay.
we're all over.
So, which
Yeah.
one of you is the Batman Forever fan?
Oh.
Me.
Yes.
That would be me, Abby.
There are
Yes.
more people out there like me. I appreciate that.
There are others, dozens of us.
And do you collect Batman Forever stuff?
Oh, you betcha.
Oh wow.
I got like a whole shelf.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh,
I've
really?
got
Tell,
the
tell me
statues.
what you have.
Oh, I have the Riddler cane and the entire costume that the Riddler, the Jim Carrey Riddler at the very end.
Wow.
Well, hold on. You don't.
I don't have the real one. I made it
The official.
myself.
Jim Carrey's on my shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish.
Instead of the
I
elf
do-
this year, it's Jim Carrey. Yeah.
I've got the actual like the movie on film, like the original, like in the canister that I picked up.
Wow.
No, you don't.
What do you call?
That's
What?
a-
Are you
Not
serious?
actual film, guys. That would be huge.
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, did you steal it?
It's a trailer. It's a 35 millimeter
I
trailer.
would if you know I
That's
saw
awesome.
it. No,
That's
I
still
paid
cool.
for it. It's very cool. I've got the pogs. I've got the like the pencil sharpeners, erasers.
Wow.
I've got the collectible glasses that were
Yes.
where I don't know what outlet those came through.
Was that Burger
um,
King? It may have been McDonald's. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see what else. The trading cards,
Oh, yeah.
the action figures.
Lots of action.
Lots of action
Which
figures.
action figures do you have?
Street Biker Robin. I've got the end of the movie Riddler. All the different versions of Batman. I've got also some Batman and Robin stuff that stems out because there was so much merchandise with that. But I've got like a purse. I've got what else?
Lots of Batman.
Just like a whole lot of Batman Forever. And but no, the Riddler costume is like my pride and joy because like it does look like the one in the movie, and I've got like the shoes that are all bedazzled and the cane with the skull on it, and it's just like it's super tight. I want to put it on after we get done podcasting.
Well, I'll tell you what,
So,
after we finish the recording part of this, so it's not on the show, let me get you guys information. I got something I'm going to send you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
You need this. You need this.
Yeah, you do need this.
Uh-oh.
It sounds like you need it. And I don't.
Okay. I'm ready for it. Get that information.
And also, you want to give us some information about the Georgia Ghostbusters?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
like if you're interested in being part of this fan, first of all, check out Yes Have Some podcast and watch the documentary Ghost Heads that's on Netflix now, and see just the amazing stuff that this fan community does. And if you're interested, guys, well, how would you start getting involved with that community?
Yeah, I mean, it's all the franchises. Everybody used to have websites, but now it's all basically Facebook pages. So yeah, you could just search Georgia Ghostbusters and go like the page. And if you're interested and you're in Georgia, there's a couple franchises in Georgia, but if you like what we're doing and the events that we're doing, you can just shoot us a message. You can just find me on Facebook, Craig Goldberg, or
Abigail
Gardner, or Jacob Walsh, and we can get you looped into the members page. It's like a private account. And it's not,
you just have to show up, basically.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of requirements. We've talked about it before. It's not really like the 501st or anything. Like, if you have a Ghostbusters flight suit, you can be in.
That's cool.
And unless you have a toxic personality, then please stay.
I do hear almost weekly that Carnivorous Creations has some great gear if you want to get started.
Yes, Carnivorous Creations
for
has
sure.
great gear.
Yeah.
Very good stuff.
There's, if you're interested in building a proton pack, there is a wealth of information.
gbfans.com.
gbfans.com is a great place to start. It's a lot of fun. There is a lot of positivity. I'd be any fan community is going to have its different personalities, but I think we all do a pretty good job of we just have a good time. A lot of people do different charity events, and we do smaller cons, and we do Dragon Con's our big event every year. We do the parade, and we do a dinner and an awards banquet, and we just have a really good time.
I'm asking for a friend. If you wanted to build a proton pack, like how much is that going to set you back?
Yeah, it's a good question. Good question for the friend.
Pretty penny.
Yeah.
It depends on how accurate you want it. Yeah. You can spend as much or as little as you want. If you're wanting something that's like 100% accurate, you're probably looking at, Jesus, what is it, like
about
2,500.
Yeah.
2,500 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you want it built, or if you want to source your own parts and then put the time and labor in.
I had never built anything in my life, and every time I would look at like proton pack plans and blueprints and stuff, I'd get extremely intimidated. But there's a lot of really good. I always compare it to like a really complex, but
extremely expensive
model to kit. Like there's, even if you don't have like a background in like a building or carpentry or anything like that,
Right.
you could still do it. I always tell people, find the plans on GB Fans and follow.
You can use a drill.
Yeah, if you can use a drill, you could probably eventually build a proton pack.
Spray paint can, yeah.
But yeah, there's tons of parts, and it definitely all adds up. I think the last one I built, because I already had all the tools necessary, I think about $1,700 was the total cost.
Well, that seems reasonable. That doesn't
It's
seem
reasonable.
like a lot.
You can amass the parts over time.
Right.
It all kind of adds up. The most expensive stuff's going to be your main shell. Fiberglass shells going to be about $300, and then the aluminum motherboard and you start adding in 50 here, 100 here, 25 here. It 1,500, 2,000 is kind of that range where you get
Right. It's a labor of love and time. So
Yeah, takes time.
When I saw you guys at Dragon Con, this will be the last thing because we've kept you guys on for over an hour. When I saw you guys at Dragon Con, Craig, I saw you in the lobby of the Hilton, and I saw Abby walk by carrying the biggest damn cannon I've ever seen in my life.
My proton Gatling gun.
Who made that?
Craig did a lot of that handiwork.
That's
that was
awesome.
his vision.
Wow.
That's what we call a last-minute Home Depot build.
Yeah, it was a Home Depot build.
Yeah, so that was about $100 and all parts from Home Depot. So
Yeah.
How heavy was that?
You know, it felt good. It was like, I don't know, 15 pounds,
maybe
do you think?
not
10?
even, maybe 10 pounds.
Something like that.
It was mostly PVC, which it can kind of start to weigh you down a little bit. But
it was amazing. I love carrying that thing. I'm always going to have a big gun at this point. Like every Dragon Con, I'm going to have a costume with an enormous gun.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty awesome.
And then
It
Jake,
was awesome.
Yeah.
Jake had just gotten his proton pack updated with new features, and that was the loudest speaker we had all ever heard in a proton pack.
Yeah, that was loud.
And it was like right.
It was the loudest. It was very short-lived. That speaker is dead now.
Oh, wow.
That's what happens to your gear at Dragon Con.
That's what happens.
Things break.
I just love
You
being
spill
around.
Ecto Cooler on it. That happened to me.
I just love being around the Ghostbusters fans to hear the proton packs fire up.
Yeah, it's good, right? It's
great.
Yeah.
It's a good sound.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for me. Last question for me, I promise. Boot tuck or not to boot tuck? Which do you prefer?
I'm a tucker.
He's a tuck. Okay.
Tuck.
One
Yeah, I'd
Tuck,
tuck it.
tuck. We have 3 tucks?
Three tucks.
tucks. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making
Bill
sure.
Murray untucks.
Bill Murray
Right.
was the only untucker.
Right.
So out of respect
He's like George Costanza.
to him,
Or
yeah, that's
Murray.
one tuck.
And
Yeah.
one
And one
untuck. Oh, there you go. Well, that's good.
That made me
I
laugh.
like tucking. I think it looks better. I'm a short person. I
Uh-huh.
just think it all comes together when it's tucked.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
What about the Tennessee tuck?
Ooh, what does that mean?
Well, you
What
know,
is-
it's like when you're bigger and like you,
Oh, yeah.
like skinny people can like tuck
Yeah.
their shirt all the way in and
Right.
wear their pants as tight as they want.
Yeah, but
But
Yeah.
if you're a little bigger,
Yeah.
then you tuck your shirt in and then you pull up on it just a
oh,
little
right,
bit.
right. So you don't. Yeah, the
Yeah.
extra fluff isn't your
Exactly. So
fluff.
you got-
I got you. Okay.
So your muffin top is kind of hidden
Oh, it's like a.
by your shirt.
It's like a skin pleat. I got
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Okay.
It is a
More of a
skin pleat.
loosened tuck.
I honestly thought the Tennessee tuck was something completely different.
Totally different.
Well, it was different when I was in high school,
Yeah.
but then we
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
Pretty sure I saw
Okay.
Tennessee Tuck 7 when I was in high school.
Yeah. Wow.
we
I'm
didn't get
gonna
that
look
channel.
that-
We
Scrambled.
did, but it was scrambled in black and white,
Yeah.
and you couldn't hear it.
You knew what it was.
Well, check it out. Yes, have some podcast. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks for
thanks,
having
man.
us. Appreciate it.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. A lot of things were covered.
We did talk about a plethora of topics.
Yeah. The fear of flying to Seinfeld to certain soup brands. Everything was covered.
Is there anything we didn't talk about?
I don't think so.
We didn't mention Jurassic Park.
I think Batman Forever took the importance over that.
That's true.
It did.
We had Batman Forever talk instead of Jurassic
There's so
Park.
much stuff I want to talk about them. I mean, with toy collecting and more horror movies. I want to talk about so much with them.
We do need to have them back on to talk about toy collecting.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that sort of
Because
stuff.
I've seen bits and pieces of their collections they have on YouTube and things like that. Most impressive.
I'm just going to throw this out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, have some podcast. I haven't talked to them about this. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just say crazy things on a podcast, and sometimes what I say happens, like Trump winning the election.
Ooh, it's true. Yeah.
I think Yes, Have Some would sound good on the ESO network.
I do agree. I agree.
I'm just going to say,
It goes kind of hand in hand.
director of ESO,
Right.
Mike Faber.
Yeah.
Yes, Have Some would sound good on the ESO network.
Yes, it would.
That's all I'm
That
saying.
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, if you wanna think
they might
about
not
it.
even want to do it. I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know. I'm just saying. What are you looking at?
I'll show you in a bit.
Oh, you have to show me off air?
Yeah. It's more rock political stuff. You'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's funny. You'll see.
Nothing's impossible
That's
now.
what I'm saying. That's the only shining light of Trump being president. Any single person, because you've always had that dream. Like if your mind can see it, you can achieve it. That's always been BS for the most part. Now that's true.
That is true.
Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. Therefore, any person that says they're running, you can't laugh at them.
I guarantee you Mark Cuban runs for president.
It's not ridiculous. Joe Francis from Girls Gone Wild fame. He's next. I'm just thinking of the most deplorable, just crazy people. Bring them up.
Oh, what's the guy that doubled or tripled or quadrupled the price of the drug and then got pulled before
Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, bring him up next.
He can be president.
He's a big Trump guy. He loves him.
Welcome to America's reality show. Who wants to be a president? How far away are we from Running Man?
That's not far at all. I think if the importance of the reality show kept going forward, we'd be there already.
We just don't have Richard Dawson anymore.
No, not anymore.
Maybe we can get what was the last guy to host? Not Ray Combs.
But right now it's Steve Harvey, right?
Yeah, but before Steve Harvey.
Louis Anderson?
After Louis Anderson.
Oh man.
Richard Kern.
There we go. The forgettable Richard Kern. Man.
Check us out online at adamandjp.com.
On Twitter and Instagram at adamandjp and facebook.com/adamandjp as well.
And don't forget to check out the Yes Have Some podcast.
Please
and again, thank you again to Craig, Abby, and Jake for being on the show.
Go flood them with reviews and ratings and love over at their podcast feed.
But if you're going to flood a show with ratings and reviews,
we have it too.
Start with this one.
But then
we actually do need that.
We do. Yeah, that's one thing we don't push enough is reviews and yeah.
It's true, and like I'm so pleased with our audience right now. Mm-hmm. So I need you to reciprocate the love by going and at least just doing a rating on iTunes.
Yeah, if you listen, go do a rating.
Do a 5-star rating.
Or an 8-star. 5 is good, though.
I know, I demand 5 stars.
You demand it. Demand satisfaction.
A 5-star review.
Yeah, that works.
Give it to us
please.
Over at iTunes.
Please.
I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
This is the Adam and JP Show.
Face Stealer.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network, your station for all things geek, classic, current, and beyond. Be part of the crew at ESONetwork.com.